There was once an old man named Elias who lived in a small, quiet village by the sea. His house stood on a little hill, overlooking the waves that kissed the shore every morning. The villagers often saw him sitting on the same wooden bench outside his home, still, silent, and always facing east, waiting. No one really knew what he waited for. Some said he waited for someone who never returned. Others said he was just lost in memories. But every morning, before dawn, Elias would walk slowly to his bench, sit down with his cane beside him, and look at the horizon until the first light touched the sky. He never missed a sunrise, not once. One day, a young man named Daniel, new to the village, noticed Elias sitting there while on his morning jog. Curious, he approached him and said, "Sir, I see you here every morning before the sun rises. What are you waiting for?" Elias smiled gently, his eyes reflecting both kindness and something ancient, something that had seen too much and yet was still soft. "I'm waiting for the sun," he said simply. Daniel laughed lightly. "The sun, but it rises every day. You do not need to wait, it always comes." The old man nodded. "That's true, but waiting for it reminds me that light always returns. No matter how long the night feels." Daniel did not quite understand, but nodded politely and continued his run. The next morning, he saw Elias again. Same place, same stillness. This time, Daniel decided to sit beside him. The air was cold, and the sea whispered softly against the shore. The sky was still dark, a deep shade of blue. "Do you ever get tired of waiting?" Daniel asked. Elias chuckled softly. "When I was young, I was always in a hurry. I wanted the sun to rise faster, the years to move quicker, my life to begin sooner. But the older I got, the more I realized the best things in life could not be rushed." Daniel looked at the horizon. What if it rains? What if the clouds cover the sun? Elias smiled again. "Then I wait anyway, because I know it's still there, even when I cannot see it." For a few moments, neither of them spoke. The wind carried the scent of salt and wet sand. Somewhere in the distance, a rooster crowed. Slowly, a thin line of gold began to spread across the horizon. Daniel watched as the first light broke through, painting the sea with soft shades of orange and pink. Elias closed his eyes and whispered, "There it is, another beginning." Daniel felt something shift inside him, something quiet but powerful. Over the next few days, he began to join Elias every morning. They rarely spoke, but those silent dawns started to feel sacred. Daniel found peace in the stillness, something he had never known before. One morning, after many weeks, he asked Elias, "Why do you wait for the sunrise alone? Doesn't it ever make you sad?" The old man looked at him, his wrinkled face glowing in the soft light. "Once, I waited for someone to join me," he said. "My wife. She used to love watching the sunrise. We would sit here together every morning. She passed away years ago, but I still come. Not out of sadness, but gratitude." Daniel lowered his gaze. "Gratitude," Elias nodded. "Yes, because even though she's gone, the sun still rises. Life still gives me another morning, another chance to breathe, to see, to feel. Waiting for the sunrise reminds me that loss is not the end of beauty. It's just part of the rhythm of life." Daniel was quiet. The words sank deep into him. From that day on, he began to notice the world differently, the colors of dawn, the sound of birds waking, the slow warmth spreading across the sky. What once felt ordinary now felt sacred. Weeks turned into months. Then one morning, Daniel arrived early, as usual. But this time, Elias was not there. The bench was empty. He waited for a while, thinking maybe the old man had overslept. But the sun rose, and still Elias did not come. That day, Daniel went to the village and asked around. The baker told him softly, "Elias passed away last night in his sleep, peacefully." Daniel stood still. The words felt heavy, but not painful, just deeply real. The next morning, Daniel walked up the hill alone. He sat on Elias's bench, facing the horizon. The sea whispered just the same. The sky was still dark, and for the first time, Daniel understood what Elias had really been teaching him. He was not just waiting for the sunrise. He was learning how to sit with the darkness, how to trust that even after the longest night, light will always return. Daniel stayed until the first golden light broke the horizon. A soft wind brushed his face, and he smiled. "You were right, old man," he whispered. "The sun always comes back." He sat there every morning after that, just like Elias used to. Not because he was waiting for something to happen, but because he had finally learned how to be still, how to trust time, and how to find peace in the quiet spaces between endings and beginnings. Sometimes, the most powerful lessons, Dante, come from words. They come from moments of silence shared with someone who understands the rhythm of life. Elias had understood, and now Daniel did too. When we stop rushing, when we stop demanding answers, we begin to see that life moves in perfect timing. The sun rises when it's meant to, healing happens when it's ready, and peace comes when we finally stop fighting the night and learn to wait for the light. And that's what Elias taught Daniel, not through speeches or wisdom, but through the quiet art of waiting. Because sometimes, waiting is not about the sunrise, it's about who you become while you wait. If this story touched your heart, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this.